Task 3 and task 4 of self-speaking are quite tricky, describing a scene and predicting what comes next. That's why in this video I'm going to be sharing how you can nail both of these parts. I'm going to be giving you like 3 images on the screen, and I'm going to describe how the scene and I also predict what comes next. And I'm going to be sharing strategies that you can adopt on testing no matter the image you see in front of you. Let's dive in. Going straight in, task 3 and task 4, you both get 30 seconds to prepare and 60 seconds to speak. So 30 seconds to gather your thoughts and your ideas and understand what you're seeing, and 60 seconds to think of, how you describe it. For the second one, 60 seconds to imagine concepts or ideas on what will happen next. So I think I'll start with the strategies first before I go into the images I have to be sharing with you on the screen. First thing to say is that there is no one size fits all or simple templates that you can just follow for the task 3 and task 4. There are many ways you can describe the scene. You can start by saying this is an image of. You can also say this picture portrays. You can impression, or you can even start by saying I see an image of a hotel lobby. I see an image of, because you're literally saying it. So there's no, if this picture expresses, this picture portrays. There are more formal ways. I see an image of, or this is an image of. It's still okay. As long as you describe the scene and you're able to pick out the details from the image, you're good to go. Now, for predicting outcomes, I like to think of what could possibly happen next. Like, think through, if you see an image of a classroom, what could happen next? Students enter the class, bell rings, and students leave for recess. Anything can happen. Just imagine yourself in that situation. If you see a picture of a shopping mall, what's going to happen next? People will come with their trolleys to pick up things from the shelf. That's what, just imagine the picture and think of what will happen next. If you see an empty road, let's imagine you see an empty road, what could happen next? A car could drive along. Just think of that particular image and think of what could possibly happen next. You've probably been in that scenario or that situation before. Think of things that are missing and add those elements for your task 4. Because I remember seeing an empty road in one of my tests, like an empty road, but there were bushes, there was like a house somewhere, and I was like, a car would drive by because it's an empty road. Yeah, so that's how to navigate task 3 and task 4. Now let's go into the images I have for you. So the first image I'll be looking at is this one. So I have 30 seconds to prepare. This is an image of a shopping mall. There are a lot of packaged goods on the left hand side of the image, from nuts and other grocery items. Some of them are packaged in plastic containers, while some are packaged in glass containers. There are a couple of other groceries on the aisle that are in paper bags. On the left hand corner, we can see 2 shoppers. One is wearing a red jacket and placing an item into her shopping bag, while another is wearing a green jacket holding a green trolley, and we can't fully see her in the image. I've described every element I could see, from the packaged goods on the left hand, on the extreme right hand side, to the lady who is crouching, and lady or guy who is crouching, and the other person at the extreme left hand corner. That's it for me. Like, it's not that difficult as long as I've described all the main things in this. But now, predicting outcomes, it is likely that the person who placed an item in a shopping bag will pick a few more items on the aisle or move along to another aisle or to the checkouts, while the other lady on the left hand side wearing a green jacket would most likely also do the same, picking out and selecting a few more items before moving to the checkout. It's also possible that new shoppers will come to this aisle to pick out new items. This is the second image. Let's describe this scene. This is an image of a classroom. We have a teacher standing by a chalkboard wearing a skirt suit, and we have a couple of children seated by their respective desks. They're all seated on a red chair. We also have a student whose hand is raised. There are a lot of things on the wall. There's the map of the world, and there are lots of other cutouts and illustrations all just beside the chalkboard. It was a bit tricky for me to describe all these things beside the chalkboard. But I just saw a map, and I said the map, and I saw illustrations and cutouts just to describe that. I also described that scene. So major thing is that I described the guy whose hand is raised up, and as well as everybody else, they're all on their desk. They're seated on a red chair. That's basically it. Now, for this image, it is likely the student whose hand is raised up has a question to ask. He will probably ask this question, and the teacher who is standing by the chalkboard will give answers to the question. It's also possible that the school bell will ring and the students will leave for recess or for their next class. So when you look at it, it's not like I'm doing anything different. I discussed, you know, a classroom, then I started discussing other things I'm seeing, the students, the guy whose hand is raised, the things on the wall, little by little. Then for predicting outcomes, okay, it's a classroom, what could happen? A guy's hand is raised up, he's probably asking a question. After he asks the question, what will happen? The teacher will answer the question, or the school bell will ring and either they leave for recess or they go for their next class, or the next teacher comes into the next class. You get, so just use what you are saying to describe the, what comes next. I know you might be thinking that, how do I know what's going to come next? Okay, it's a classroom. We've all been students at one point in our lives. When somebody is raising up his hand, what's it to do? Is to ask questions, essentially. Let's move to the last one for the day. This one is quite tricky. This picture portrays a very busy street. There are multiple pedestrians on the road. Some are crossing from the left to the right, while others are moving from the right to the left. I also find it interesting that the image shows two zebra crossing. One is on the lower part of the image, while another is on the top left corner of the image. Another thing is that a lot of people crossing the streets are not crossing the streets on the zebra crossing. That's to signify how busy the street is. So there's a pedestrian holding an umbrella to signify that it could be a really sunny day, and there's also a cyclist on the zebra crossing. So I don't want to get to over describing, because we need to keep in mind that it's only 60 seconds, but busy streets, pedestrians crossing, some are crossing left to right, some are crossing right to left, and people are crossing even not on the zebra crossing itself, but on the main road. So now, if I had to continue for this, predicting what will come next, I would say for this image, it is likely that a few more pedestrians attempt to cross the road, and a few seconds after, the traffic lights might turn green, which will allow for cars to pass the road freely. And it is also likely, because of how busy this street is, that a few more pedestrians will be hanging by the sides of the street, waiting for the traffic light to turn red again so they can cross the streets. That's it. So you get the general idea. We see a busy street. For us to predict what comes next, be a busy street, for there to be a lot of pedestrians, there must be a lot of cars waiting as well. So just use whatever you're saying to guide you on what will probably come next. All right. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to tap the like button and please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Just some quick tips if you're trying to practice. Be visual, use a lot of action verbs, use lots of nouns, use what you see. Walking, people are crossing. Like I didn't say passengers, I said pedestrians. Try to use the right grammar and you'll be fine. Also use numbers. If there were two shoppers, I said two shoppers. If there are multiple people, I'll say various or a lot or busy. You understand? Don't try to guess. Don't try to guess. If you didn't know, like the lady that was crouching in the first image, I couldn't tell if she was male or female. So I just used the they pronoun. So don't make guesses. If you're not sure of something, use what you are sure of, or try to give a more neutral perspective to things as opposed to just assuming what is not correct. So try to describe the whole before you start describing elements of the scene. Yeah, that's basically it. If you're looking for practice questions, just go to Pexels or Unsplash. I'll leave the link in the description where you can see a lot of images and just be describing. Remember to also record yourself for time. I didn't record myself because I was just trying to show you how to answer the questions. If you have any questions, please don't forget to join them in the comment section. If you need more help with other parts of speaking, I've done a detailed video where I covered all the 8 tasks of speaking. I can watch that video right here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.